princesses! Today I'm going to be talking about the Bioré UV Aqua Rich Watery Mousse Water-Based Sunscreen. This sunscreen has been my backup sunscreen in my purse for a couple of months now, and I've previously been using the sister product, which is the Aqua Rich Watery Essence. I talked about the Aqua Rich Watery Essence as my holy grail, and I got through my third tube and I realised that it was starting to give me some sort of like eczema flare up around my chin, which was not nice. I'm not sure if it was the seasonal change or actually the sunscreen that caused the problem, so I decided to switch to this one for a little while to see if it helped. The Watery Mousse is more of a hydrating sunscreen than the Watery Essence, so I was hoping that it would get rid of this sort of eczema flare up because perhaps the other one was slightly too drying for this drier weather. I still love my Watery Essence, and perhaps it might just be a summer sunscreen for me. The packaging description says, with SPF 50 PA++++, Bioré UV Aqua Rich Watery Mousse provides strong, long-lasting double protection against UVA and UVB rays. It contains Aqua micro capsules which release water-like moisture, leaving skin feeling light, cool, healthy and hydrated. Its texture is non-sticky and non-greasy, while it spreads easily and is quickly absorbed by the skin. It works as a smooth makeup base to prepare the skin for makeup regime. This sunscreen comes packaged in an elegant silver tube and is small enough to fit into my handbag comfortably, though it will be probably a little bit too big if you only carry a crossbody or a small handbag. The actual sunscreen is white in colour and moderately thick in texture. When blended into the skin, it does turn a little watery, but nowhere near as close as being as liquid as the Watery Essence. There is a slight white cast from the titanium dioxide, but it disappears after a couple of minutes. This sunscreen is part sun protection and part makeup base. It is meant for drier skin, so it is quite moisturizing, but like most Japanese sunscreens that I've tried, it leaves a non-greasy finish. I quite enjoy the moisture level that I get from this sunscreen, and it makes a beautiful makeup base. I don't find that using this sunscreen makes my makeup last any longer throughout the day, but it also doesn't make it any oilier or more likely to break up during the day either. But it does provide a smooth, hydrated base for me to work with, which is why I quite like this product. The only slight downside for me is that it does make my skin look a little bit oily to start with, so it's not a sunscreen that I would choose when I'm not wearing makeup. That side of it means that it is great for makeup because it is making my skin really nice and prepared for the makeup, but if I'm not wearing makeup I do look a little bit greasy, which I don't really like. This can be fixed however by using a little bit of translucent powder over the top of the sunscreen. So I love that this sunscreen is easy to apply and it has very travel safe packaging. It absorbs quite quickly, and the white cast that is left by the titanium dioxide disappears quite quickly. It provides moisture to my dry skin, and it gives me a smooth, hydrated base to work with. I don't love that it is fairly expensive for quite a small amount of product. It's not sweat proof, so it's not great for the summer, and it is slightly too oily for me to wear on its own. But I quite like the sunscreen overall. There are a couple of points that I have to work around, like having a slight white cast or being a little bit oily for me to use without makeup, but they are things that I can work around. They are not deal breakers for me. Since this sunscreen also says that it is a makeup base, I do agree with that, and I find that it works really well under makeup. It just doesn't work so well for me without makeup because it does look a little bit oily, and that is my personal preference, but I can just put a bit of translucent powder over the top to fix it anyway. The tube is pretty small for the price you pay for the sunscreen, and I think that this one works a little bit better during winter for me because my skin needs that extra moisture boost. But I would recommend the Bioré UV Aqua Rich Watery Mousse Sunscreen for any princesses looking for a lightweight, moisturizing sunscreen. Thank you so much for watching this review, and I'll see you next time.